actions saved countless lives. You should be proud of yourself.
There you are. I was wondering when you'd visit. Should give us a little time to catch up. Oh, no sarcasm here. There's simply no reason to rant about what's happened. Thanks to my own stupidity, my second chance to return to the Crimson Fleet is long gone. And by the time I get out of prison, any hopes I had to return to that life will have fully disappeared. Yes, well, apparently that's off the table as well. Dryden tends to shy away from rehiring convicted felons. Well, anyway, glad you popped by to say hello. Now, if you wouldn't mind letting an old man get his rest, I'd appreciate it. After getting set up on the key, I traveled to a few settlements to find a base of operations. I was looking for a place that would allow me to pick up information about UC shipments for the fleet to jump on. When I stopped at Gagarin, Sysdef was on the ground waiting for me instead of that contact I was expecting to meet. Your friend Toft really pulled the wool over my eyes. Oh yes, quite aggressively. The illegal team will very likely grind me into the dirt. There isn't much I can do about it. The amusing thing is, I don't even think they care very much that the heist went down on their ship. That's a given risk for them. I think they're more embarrassed I was able to gain the position as captain of the Siren under false pretenses in the first place. So you're saying I should be happy that you took me out of the line of fire? I have to confess, I never thought of it that way. Last thing I intended to do with my life was go out in a blaze of glory on Neva or Delgado's behalf. But at the same time, my freedom's gone, so I'm not exactly popping the cap off the vodka bottle and celebrating either. You really pulled a number on me, Agent. Well done.
Well, look who it is. Come down here to gloat? Well, why not? You should take pride in your job. After all, you have to make sure that the notorious Crimson Fleet captain from Neon gets roasted alive by a UC adjudication committee, right? Hey, maybe you should sell tickets to the little zoo you've created on this ship, then everyone can point and stare. Look around, you moron! I'm talking about this brig you're using to display us like trophies. See? That's exactly what I mean. Back on Neon, you pretended to give a shit about me. You could have ratted me out to Bayou, but you didn't. Then, without warning, you yanked the rug right out from underneath me. You've been stringing me along like this is some kind of sick game. People don't do that to each other. And there's your true colors. Let's just cut to the chase, all right? If you want to come down here and ask me stupid questions, I can't stop you. But that doesn't mean we have to be friends, and that damn well doesn't mean I have to like it. Yeah, sure. Why not? Not like I'm needed anywhere else right now. I was drinking in Euphorica, and Micah warned me that UC security was scouring the city asking about me. I knew sneaking to my ship would be impossible, so I did the best I could to find somewhere to hide. Unfortunately, wasn't good enough. Sysdef caught me in a sleep crate and dragged me to the Vigilance. Oh, I'd bet you'd love to know. I got a good chunk of Generdyne's database before Bayou's goons ripped it out of the system. As far as what happened to it, there's no way I'm gonna tell you. Or anyone else at Sysdef. Maybe I'll keep that little nest egg for the bargaining table at my sentencing. Maybe not. Hope that drives you crazy. Are you out of your mind? I make my own choices, thank you very much. I don't need to be rescued by you or anyone else. Let's face it, the only favors you've done are for yourself. We're done? Good.
Another night at the Hotel Sis Def. Please enjoy your stay. Be careful around the fleet. They talk about family, but it's just a bunch of crap.
Well, this is a surprise. I have to say I did not see this coming. And I pride myself on being able to spot a liar. You make it sound like I'm guilty of a crime. I've always been careful when it comes to my business. So don't be surprised when your case falls apart. Oh, but it is. I imagine, evidence aside, it's your testimony that will have the most weight. Look, I don't know if you're here to get a rise out of me, but it won't work. I'll tell you the same thing I told your commander. I'm innocent, and I welcome the opportunity to prove it. The new Atlantis spaceport. The Swarm was surrounded the moment we touched down. Given all the heat around SY-920, I thought it best to land under an alias, but SysDef was already wise to the name change. Thanks to you, probably in some interrogation room back on New Atlantis. But they've been with me from the beginning. Good luck getting any of them to talk. No, you did yourself a favor. Let's not pretend we're friends. But you're wrong if you think I have ties to the fleet. That would be self-incrimination. SysDef really doesn't suit you.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I swear, this is all just a big misunderstanding. Oh, well, I just figured we got along so well back there in Sidonia. You might remember everything that I did for you and return the favor. I know you were just doing your job, so I'm not going to hold that against you. I could really use the help. I shouldn't have to plead my case. I wasn't committing a crime. Do you have any idea how tough it is to earn your way in Sidonia? Either you spend all day in the mines getting your lungs filled with Martian dust, or wear your fingers to the bone working on machinery. All I was trying to do was earn a living. Display a little bit of entrepreneurial spirit. If trying to make a living is considered breaking the law, then lock me up and throw away the key. Well, yes, but that's only because they forced me into their ranks. You've met Naeva. You know how she is. She, threatened to kill me if I didn't do what she said. Come on, you've got to put in a good word for me. That's all you're going to say to me? Okay, fine. I'll tell you this, though. The UC can't hold me forever. And when I get out, first thing I'm going to do is hunt you down. That drunken miner? No. Whatever you said to him must have sunk in because I haven't seen him since you left Sidonia. He's lucky. If he would have stumbled into this spear begging for credits again, I would have... well, use your imagination. Right at the broken spear in front of everyone. Any reputation I may have had there is long gone thanks to that little stunt. On top of that, they caught me right in the middle of a... deal I was closing with some long haulers. I guess I can kiss that money goodbye. Are you serious? You actually think I owe you my life? I would have gladly died on the quay fighting to defend the fleet. My only regret is being careless enough to get caught and thrown in this dump. Well, that was a waste of time.
Salutations. I assume you're here to commemorate my terrible misfortune? Ah, yes, the infamous evidence that you procured. Bravo, detective. Allow me to congratulate you on your sleuthing skills. That recording was quite a find. I must admit that I was short-sighted when it came to Ms. Swift's ingenuity. I shall not make that same mistake twice. I had assumed you would say that very statement. How predictable. I'm almost disappointed. Well, as much as I detest being the bearer of bad news, I have to disclose that you're wasting your time. You see, this imprisonment is merely an insignificant hindrance. I don't foresee being incarcerated in perpetuity. In fact, I would wager that my legal team will have my release expedited within the month. I only had the time to explain the wondrous loopholes of the UC's justice system. Do you honestly think that I'd embark on an endeavor with Miss Swift and Mr. Vera without a legal exit strategy at my disposal? I can assure you, I won't be imprisoned aboard the Vigilance for an inordinately extended period of time. Oh, I assure you I'm speaking the truth, but there's no call for disappointment. Due to your actions, my tenure with Galbank has been terminated and several million credits in fines are being levied against me. The day is yours, Agent. You should be proud. You're quite welcome. Well, enough idle banter. I've taken up more than my share of your valuable time. Honestly, this interaction has been quite pleasurable. Do feel free to stop by and gloat at any time. Good day.
Finally, I've been waiting to speak to you. From our last encounter on Neon, I could tell you fancied yourself as a bit of a businessman, right? Well, I don't want to waste any time with small talk. Let's make a deal so I can get out of here. As you can see, I'm not in the position to discuss specifics. We can hammer out the terms once you get me out of here. Now hold on just a moment. You shouldn't make snap decisions until you know the bottom line. I find myself in this unfortunate situation, thanks to a terrible misunderstanding. That little conversation on your evidence recording, the one where I'm speaking to Estelle Vincent about funneling electrical components, that was part of a sting operation to discover how the Crimson Fleet had been siphoning goods from Generdyne's warehouses. Much like you've been working undercover, I've been doing the same. Ironically, we've been investigating the fleet from opposite sides at the same time. Well, I was trying to keep a low profile. I didn't want to tip off Estelle, so my operation was deep undercover. Very deep. So much so that there's no other personnel at Generdyne, nor a paper trail that can corroborate what I'm saying. Being in a similar situation, I'm sure you understand the value of keeping the operation quiet. I appreciate your patience. So here's what I'm proposing. You spring me from the cell, sneak me off the Vigilance, and then take me to New Atlantis. In return, I'll give you my access card to a safety deposit box filled with millions of credits. Consider it compensation for trusting me. Listen, I'm stuck in this situation with no means to prove my innocence, thanks to you. The evidence on that recording means that UC will convict me, and I'll be sent to prison for a long time. I have no other choice but to run until I can find a way out of this mess. Yeah? Well, you're a pain in the ass. Look, I have friends in high places. I might be down for the count right now, but I'll be getting out of here one way or another. And when I do, I'm going to dedicate my entire life to making yours miserable. How's that for a deal? Now get the hell away from me. I don't want to talk to you anymore.